Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Good Morning Jacksonville. I'm Jasmine Monroe.
Meteorologist Mike Prengley, always great being with you on a Sunday.
It is. It feels good.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone got enough sleep. We have a beautiful shot of Milan.
Isn't that great?
Right here. It's
Yeah.
around 129. I think that's what Siri told me right now.
Yeah, so that cathedral is just pretty impressive. It's got
look
something like over hundreds and hundreds of statues, a very Gothic look there. Wow. And one of the biggest ones in the entire world. I think it's like in the top 5 for churches. So if you're heading to church or any masses
today?
this morning or celebrations, we're talking about good weather to start.
Okay, good.
All right,
because
but
my hair.
Oh, it looks great.
Later.
As always. Let's take a look outside. Yeah, heading out this morning for those planes. First thing's good. We said by late afternoon, that's when most of those stormy skies will occur over the first coast. So look at Jacksonville, Ponte Vedra to St. John's, Fleming Island looking good. But look to the west. There's our line of showers and storms. It doesn't look too bad right now, right? But what's going to happen is we've got daytime heating that'll kick in, and that'll invigorate this line as it starts to move east toward the first coast. So again, it still looks like late day for most of us on that rain. So weather impact alert officially between 2 and 10 p.m. The main threats, this is key, wind of 40 to 60 miles per hour, lightning, and those downpours, but there could still be a brief tornado. So we'll take a latest look from the Storm Prediction Center and talk about our severe weather risk, and much better would be that heavy rain on the way. So we'll take a look at those impressive rain amounts coming up.
All right, Mike, thank you so much. Well, today, a group of immigration advocates plan to gather outside of Jacksonville's ICE enforcement and removal operations field office this weekend, and they're calling for changes to federal law that would require immigration officers to show their faces and identification during operations. That's where we find our Haja Bashi joins us live this morning with the reason behind this rally. And Haja, yesterday you got a chance to talk to a person who will be a part of this rally. What is it that they're focusing on most?
Yeah, the main focus is transparency. Organizers tell me they want more transparency from federal immigration officers, while officers say some protective measures are used for officer safety. Now, the demonstration is being organized by the Jacksonville Immigration Rights Alliance as part of a statewide weekend of action. Organizers are urging supporters for what they call the Visible Act, a proposed legislation that will make it illegal for immigration officers to cover faces during enforcement operations. Supporters argue the measure would increase accountability and reduce the risk of impersonation.
We want to protect all Floridian families because the simple fact is that having people walking around with unregulated uniforms masked up makes it extremely easy for bad actors to pose as a law enforcement official.
Now, this rally is scheduled for 1 p.m. this afternoon right here outside the ICE field office on Viveras Drive. And of course, we reached out to ICE in regards to this new legislation. We're still waiting to hear back. Live in Jacksonville, Haja Ba, First Coast News on your side.
Haja, thank you. Well, it is race day in Daytona Beach, and reporters from around the globe are getting up close with the sport's biggest stars ahead of Sunday's Great American Race. So we do want to note that NASCAR announced that the race will move up 1 hour from its original scheduled time to now begin at 1:30. Sports anchor Rachel Phillips is in Daytona Beach with those story headlines, taking us in shaping up that Daytona 500.
It's all happening here at the World Center of Racing. We had the opportunity to speak to every single driver today. And look, there's a lot of them. So consider this your must-know guide to all things Daytona 500.
Checker is waving.
William Byron was the last to enter victory lane at the Daytona 500, securing wins in back-to-back years. And now the number 24 has the chance to make history as the first driver to ever win 3 straight.
We knew that as soon as last year happened, it would be like, okay, when we go back next year, it's going to be now the next thing. So, yeah, it's definitely in our heads and something we think about.
6 drivers have 3 or more 500 wins. Denny Hamlin is the only one active.
A lot of history, and obviously, me personally, winning another would put us in a really high elite list.
Another dance at Daytona would be nice for the number 11 car, but Hamlin still has hunger for that Cup Series championship that has eluded his 20-season career. Joey Logano leads all full-time drivers with 3 titles. Kyle Larson picked up his 2nd last season, while Kyle Busch has 2 and the most wins of any active driver. But a NASCAR Super Bowl isn't included in his 63 victories, and he's on a 2-season winless streak.
It would be special. It would certainly be probably the most meaningful win, maybe, I guess. This is sort of the last one, the last box to check.
In his 42nd return to Daytona, 50-year-old Jimmy Johnson could become the oldest driver to ever hoist the Harley J. Earl Trophy, while 19-year-old Connor Zilic could be the youngest to ever do it when he takes his seat for the first time as the full-time driver of the number 88 Chevrolet.
I don't have many nerves just because I don't feel any pressure to go out and do anything. You know, I got to figure things out, take my time and you know, try not to make too many mistakes, but make sure I'm learning along the way.
Yeah, there's a reason to want to root for them all, but only one of the 41 drivers will enter victory lane on Sunday. For now, reporting from Daytona, I'm Rachel Phillips, First Coast Sports.
Rachel, thank you. Well, time now is 7:35, and joining me here this morning is Cynthia Stan. She is the CEO of Cynthia Stan LLC and the founder of Inner Feminine Beast, here to share some details about She Sells Live happening right here in Jacksonville. First of all, welcome back to Good Morning Jacksonville.
Thank you for having me back. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Jasmine.
You're welcome. So this event is even bigger than it was last year. Tell me all about what She Sells Live means and why folks here in Jacksonville need to be a part of it this year.
You know what's interesting? I was thinking about it on the way here, actually. This is our 12th in-person event for Inner Feminine Beast, and we don't have them that often. It's about 2 times a year. So that means we've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah.
First of all, really quick, I just want to say I'm really excited about this one because we're actually being sponsored by Brooklyn Events. They are the most amazing women, Brooke and Lindsay, for doing the best high-end decor. They really are fabulous. But, you know, this is really special because I'm a big believer in power proximity.
Yeah.
And getting in the room is how I built my business. So there are women coming as far as 3 hours away to be in this room. There are several women who are nominees, winners for Best of Jacksonville, Best of St. Augustine. These are women who are making serious bank and really are heart-led. And I know that because several of them are actually my clients. So it's really about women who are there to connect, collaborate, and to get clients.
There are a lot of events that do happen in and around Jacksonville. What sets yours apart from others?
Well, first of all, I really like an elevated experience. So this isn't fluorescent lights and just, grocery store kind of snacks. Like, we have at a really amazing hotel, which is going to be Hotel Indigo in Tapestry Park. And also it's champagne, it's good food, it's a beautiful atmosphere. But also too, like I said, there's really powerful women. And also, as the podcast host for Inner Feminine Beast, it's been ranked #1 in the world for women in sales. A lot of people have considered me the queen of sales, which I really appreciate, super flattered. But what I'm most flattered about is when my clients, my colleagues refer to me as the queen of connections. So I personally am studying that guest list to make sure that you are meeting those right connections. You're walking away with clients, you're walking away with collaborations. This is where powerful women get together.
Yeah. Now, when you are in those rooms, sometimes people get nervous. What is it? Because I see that sometimes you break down into groups. You have certain people talking with people, and that's because, just like you said, you know what connections are going to make sense later down the line.
I take a lot of pride in being the hostess with the mostest. Right? So I'm going to go there. I'm going to hug you personally. I'm going to shake you with love. I'm going to make sure you get that hand in the right hand.
Yeah.
I think, too, it's really important that we don't label ourselves as nervous or introverted or anything like that. I get I'm nervous right now, right? I mean, you're nervous to walk in these rooms, but really it's going with intention and just being of service and being kind. Our women are so supportive. You're going to be so loved. You're going to feel like totally seen. And it's not like any other event. We really go out of our way to make sure everybody feels supported and welcomed.
Now, some people are watching at home saying, is it supposed to be me? I just have a small business. I'm not ready for that. Who is this for?
That's my best advice for you. If you are new, get in the room. That's how I built this business. Power proximity. Money comes from what? People.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't want to hide behind glittery posts or, be social media. And it's important to be on social media, of course, but being in the room is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get in the room, what happens is you earn trust. In order to earn money, you have to earn trust. And so it's not just, from clients directly, but from the people who are going to be referring you. There's some powerful women in Jacksonville. It blows my mind when I first moved here, how many baddies are in this area,
I like it. Baddies, hostess with the mostest. So this is clearly the event that
and you'll be joining us as well.
Yes, I will.
I'm excited to come see Jasmine also.
So we'll have a good time. What is it that you want people to walk away with? Because there's a lot of things that do happen, but the major piece that you hope people walk away with and then continue to come back.
Yeah. So one thing that I like to do as well is my gift truly is sales. No one ever taught me sales. It's who I be. And I've helped women all over the world to make millions.
Yeah.
And so something that I'm doing is not just helping you with connections and personally getting to meet you. What I'm also going to be doing is a short powerful but potent training as well. And I'm really catering it to the women who are in the room because it's going to help you to really let go of a lot of that resistance, whether it's you and the way that you approach sales and or the processes that you have. I'm going to show you how to simplify it so you can be making money while you sleep.
Right.
That's what I'm all about. So you're getting that training. There's going to be champagne. There's going to be great connections. There's going to be an elevated atmosphere. It's Inner Feminine Beast. We don't mess around.
And they're dressing like this. Look how good she
we
looks.
like the sparkles. Yes. So you don't have to, of course, come on brand, feel confident, but sparkles are always welcome for sure.
Now, for the folks at home who are wondering how they get a part of this, we got about 15 seconds left. How can we go about finding you?
Yeah, so we have the link that I hope I can share with us here. But it's She Sells Live at IFB, so I'll make sure to share that. If you want to contact me on social media, I'm always on Facebook at Cynthia L. Stant. That's my personal profile. Send me a DM. It is me in the DM. I will answer your questions. I'm there to welcome you. I want to make sure you get on that guest list personally.
Cynthia, thank you so much. It's always good to have you in the morning.
Absolutely.
It is early, but we're here, right?
Oh, I made it, girl. I got here.
All right. Thank you. All right.
My
So
pleasure.
more information on this event will, of course, be on firstcoastnews.com. But before we go to break, we want to tell you all about saving time and money. And that's today's deal with Rob Nelson.
Hey everybody, here at ShopTVDeals.com, we love to bring you products out there that are actually going to make your life better. Let's keep it real. All of us have our entire lives on the phone these days. All those videos, all those photos, all of those memories, and you don't want to lose it because of a lost phone or a storage issue. So check this out, a small but mighty device, the Click Free Pro. It's so easy to use. Let me show you what to do. First, you download an app on the phone. Just takes a minute or two, super easy. Then you connect the device to your phone. It has all kinds of adapters here, so no matter what you have, you should be good. You open that app, and literally, with one touch, you start backing up all of those photos, which is a big help for people like me, because I got 15,000 photos in this thing. Also, not just about storage here. Think about all those old photos in your home, whether it's in an album like this, or just photos in a shoebox somewhere. There's a scan function on this app as well. So you literally can take one of those old pictures, use the app, scan it, and you'll never lose that image again. This does so much. It's absolutely amazing. No membership fees, no subscriptions, so it's super easy and will save you a lot of problems. And on top of that, 50% off. We have an amazing deal. Normally this would cost you $200. Today you get it for less than $100. So scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen or check us out online at ShopTVDeals.com. Back up those photos now. Don't lose them.
That is the Protector.
This truck is a beast.
It's got all the tools on it. I love how big the tires are.
And this is going to be able to show you the weather around the First Coast like you've never seen it before.
The Protector really is going to help protect the community.
So you can see what it looks like on the ground. And that allows folks to really take action and do something about it.
And it gives us that edge in continuing to be the most accurate weather team.
Sponsored by HananiahAutos.com.
I'm Keitha Nelson. Good morning, Jacksonville anchor and mom of twins, Journey and Trey. I'm on your side, getting you out the door and off to a great start. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News. Weekdays from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
First Coast Living Live.
Bringing you closer to the tastiest food.
The best shopping.
And family fun.
Woo! Jordan Wilkerson and David Benfield. First Coast Living Live. Weekdays at 11 a.m. only on NBC 12.
We have new details about a heavy police presence in Jacksonville Beach.
Driver fired gunshots along the interstate today, prompting a police chase.
Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
The First Coast News weather team is here to deliver your most accurate forecast with weather impact alerts to warn you about severe weather and up-to-the-minute information on First Coast News Plus.
The wave of moisture rolls its way on in here.
Our team is the most equipped and experienced to help you prepare and keep you safe.
The First Coast News weather team is always on your side. Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
My mission is to help you get to where you're going safely. Whether it's helping you beat the backup on 95 or navigating the slowdown on JTB, we've got you covered. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News. Weekdays live from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Well, I would love to say thank you to Anthony.
Thank you times a million. Thank you for listening to me and taking me seriously.
In the military, the biggest form of respect is a salute. So
We salute you and we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Anthony, from the bottom of my heart, you are a great person.
Oh, so good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
Anthony was so kind as to go to the city manager, find out what the problem was.
It's great that there's someone that's really true to their word and can really help with what they say they can. I have been through hell, and Anthony just was the first person to reach his hand out and help me.
If I had to do it all over again, Anthony would be my first call.
If you live in a small town of Waycross, Georgia, home of the Okefenokee Small, you just ask Anthony and he's gonna come and he's gonna deal with it.
That's right.
Just having Anthony Austin on your side, that's a big deal.
Well, welcome back to Good Morning Jacksonville. Right now we are joined with meteorologist Mike Prangley. And Mike, we are all looking to you, eyes to the skies, because we know that later today it's going to be some showers.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all the new information, putting it together, and we're looking for late day showers and storms for most of us into the early evening. So they've got that weather impact alert going, Jasmine. So for now, the calm ahead of the storm, as we like to say, and we're going to watch an intensifying line of showers and storms move our way as it comes through during the daytime heating. So really, when these storms really come through, the timing is everything. So for us, we're going to have temperatures near 80 degrees, higher dew points, strong front, and a lot of wind shear. So it all adds up to a day where not your typical day for sure here across the First Coast. Most of the rain this morning in Atlanta, back into western Florida. This is the line we're watching. So we've got all day to watch this. Keep checking back with us. And for most of your plans today, looking good. But once we get toward 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock, especially to the west of Jacksonville, yeah, make sure you move those plans up a little bit. And just keep in mind this evening will turn stormy. So we've got that weather impact alert between 2 p.m. and 10 p.m. Wind gusts of 40 to 60 miles per hour. Downpours and lightning. That's my big three. Still could be a brief tornado because there's just so much wind with this system as it moves through. So the Storm Prediction Center has this big yellow blob over us. So really we've got a scale. You know, for hurricanes, we've got a scale of category 1 through 5, 5 being strongest. Well, with severe weather, we've got a category 0 through 5, with 5 being strongest. So we're going to be at a level 2 today out of 5, which is significant. Usually more of our storms here in Florida are in the 0 to 1 range at most. So today, taking it up a notch, and you can see that squall line moving through as we head into late day. So let's zoom into where you live. We got Waycross, Brunswick, Folkestone, St. Augustine, Palatka, Keystone. Good morning. It's going to be a beautiful Sunday for the most part, but by late day, not so nice. That's what this big yellow shading means for all of us. So the primary threats of 40 to 60 mile per hour winds, lightning, and a possible brief tornado. Okay, this is more of a squall line, though. You can see the setup. We get more of those outflow and those straight line winds with this sort of setup. Now, we take a look at 3:30 today, and that's when we're going to start to see things become interesting, from Waycross and Ware County to Clinch County and back to near Lake City. So if you're just to the west, Ware County back to Columbia County, as we head between 3:30 and 4 will be your prime time for that squall line to move through. And it's not going to last too long. It's a quick 1 to 2 hours of some very heavy rain and wind with that lightning. And then notice that line of showers and storms reaches into Nassau, Camden County, Duval, and back into Clay and St. John's as we head to about 6 p.m. And then it'll race to the southeast toward Palm Coast between 6 and 7 p.m. and then off the coast. So as you look at those high rain chances, yeah, expect the rain today. And some areas could see more than an inch of rain. And then we get ready for Monday, and it's, yeah, typical First Coast weather this time of year, right? We go right back into some chilly weather from 80 to a high just near 60 degrees tomorrow. The one concern we do have again today, not just your lightning downpours that we normally see with those gusty winds, we have a little extra spin in the atmosphere. So don't be surprised if we're put into a tornado watch box as we head into this afternoon. So that's what we will be watching as this low pressure moves a little closer. And you saw that red. That's the extra spin. The best news of all, Valentine's weekend, it's still on. Our loved ones get 3 days this year, not just one. So you see today, tomorrow, and look at the deep green. So this is beneficial rainfall, a ½ inch to 1 inch in many areas, and maybe even a little bit more. We see the yellow and some of those heavier thunderstorms. Today's high 79. Tomorrow, though, we drop back to some jacket weather, but we can get outside for that day off for President's Day. 62 degrees with a very low chance of rain. It's going to be more about clouds and chill. And then through the 7-day forecast, here we go. It's a warm pattern, and those temperatures rebound nicely to near 80 Wednesday and low to mid 80s. Warmest day of the year as we head toward Friday and next Saturday.
I'm Brody Logan, Good Morning Jacksonville anchor, proud dad, and Florida native. My weekends are usually spent watching my son shoot lower than me on the golf course. My goal is for you to feel informed every day, whether it's following the impact of state and local legislation or breaking the news from 5 points of South Side and everywhere in between. We've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. So make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News weekdays from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
The First Coast News weather team is here to deliver your most accurate forecast with weather impact alerts to warn you about severe weather and up-to-the-minute information on First Coast News Plus.
The wave of moisture rolls its way on in here.
Our team is the most equipped and experienced to help you prepare and keep you safe.
The First Coast News weather team is always on your side. Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
We have new details about a heavy police presence in Jacksonville Beach.
Driver fired gunshots along the interstate today, prompting a police chase.
Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
First Coast Living Live.
Bringing you closer to the tastiest food.
The best shopping.
And family fun.
Woo!
Jordan Wilkerson and David Benfield. First Coast Living live weekdays at 11 a.m. only on NBC 12.
I'm Mike Pringley. Good morning, Jacksonville, meteorologist and longtime First Coast weather expert. I love preparing you for the day ahead. So be careful picking up the kids from school. There will be about a half hour to 1 hour of rain. Whether it's tracking tropical storms forming in the Atlantic or helping you plan for the unexpected downpours, we've got you covered. Because weather never stops, and neither do we. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News, weekdays from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Anthony was so kind as to go to the city manager, find out what the problem was. It provoked kind of an uprising in our community. To have Anthony and First Coast News behind it, I think it's super important. You have someone like that can be a voice for you.
That is the Protector.
This truck is a beast.
It's got all the tools on it. I love how big the tires are.
And this is going to be able to show you the weather around the First Coast like you've never seen it before.
The Protector really is going to help protect the community.
So you can see what it looks like on the ground. And that allows folks to really take action and do something about it.
And it gives us that edge in continuing to be the most accurate weather team.
Sponsored by HananiaAutos.com.
Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News, anywhere you watch.
There's more than one way to get the news you trust. First Coast News Plus. Streaming now on Fire TV, Roku, and Apple TV. First Coast News on your side.
Welcome back. Well, in Tampa, the Rays are gearing up for their first home opener back in Tropicana Field since Hurricane Milton ripped off the roof back in October in 2024. City officials confirmed that they're on track to open on time and staying within their nearly $60 million budget. They say FEMA has approved $16.5 million in reimbursements for their work on the Trop. The Tampa Bay Rays are set to take on the Chicago Cubs on April 6th.
That is the Protector.
This truck is a beast.
It's got all the tools on it. I love how big the tires are.
And this is going to be able to show you the weather around the First Coast like you've never seen it before.
The Protector really is going to help protect the community.
So you can see what it looks like on the ground. And that allows folks to really take action and do something about it.
And it gives us that edge in continuing to be the most accurate weather team.
Sponsored by HananiaAutos.com.
I'm Keitha Nelson, Good Morning Jacksonville anchor and mom of twins, Journey and Trey. I'm on your side, getting you out the door and off to a great start. Whether it's highlighting game changers in our community or breaking the news from San Marco to St. Augustine and everywhere in between, we've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News, weekdays from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
We have new details about a heavy police presence in Jacksonville Beach.
Driver fired gunshots along the interstate today, prompting a police chase.
Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
Well, I would love to say thank you to Anthony.
Thank you times a million. Thank you for listening to me and taking me seriously.
In the military, the biggest form of respect is a salute. So we salute you and we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Anthony, from the bottom of my heart, you are a great person
Oh, it's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
Anthony was so kind as to go to the city manager, find out what the problem was.
It's great that there's someone that's really true to their word and can really help with what they say they can. I have been through hell, and Anthony just was the first person to reach his hand out and help me.
If I had to do it all over again, Anthony would be my first call.
If you live in a small town of Waycross, Georgia, home of the Okefenokee Small, you just ask Anthony and he's gonna come and he's gonna deal with it.
That's right.
Just having Anthony also on your side, that's a big deal.
I'm Crystal Moyer. Good morning, Jacksonville traffic anchor and race day regular, running up and down the First Coast 15K at a time. My mission is to help you get to where you're going safely. Live with the DOT cameras, 2 right lanes are blocked. Whether it's helping you beat the backup on 95 or navigating the slowdown on JTB, we've got you covered. Because when your morning is on the move, so are we. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News. Weekdays live from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
For 15 years, I've lived and breathed Jacksonville weather. From stepping out in the midst of hurricanes to just delivering your daily forecast, I take it seriously.
The First Coast News weather team is always on your side. Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
All right, Jasmine, we got to get you some food. We're okay this morning. Brunch looking good. Hey, Lake City, though, here, let's time it out. Your best chance for those storms by 4 p.m. Jacksonville, our best chance of storms by 6 p.m. And then notice as we head towards St. Augustine, it looks like between 6:30 and 7 p.m. So again, watching those storms moving in from the northwest late today and this evening. And on that 7-day forecast, it's going to be warm and windy today. We got those wind advisories kicking in around noon. So got 2 hands on the steering wheel. Yeah. Daytona's looking good. We know that. It looks dry now. And then coming home, though, could be a problem with that squall line. And next week, we got that extra day off tomorrow for so many. Yeah. Get outside, but don't forget the jackets or the coat coats, as you like to say.
All right. Well, I love the 80s, and we are thankful. And we're thankful for you joining us here on Good Morning Jacksonville. We'll see you next on ABC. And tune in for Meet the Press right here on NBC 9 this morning. And, of course, get your news updates throughout the day.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with First Coast News and First Coast News Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage with First Coast News and First Coast News Plus.
We have new details about a heavy police presence in Jacksonville Beach.
Driver fired gunshots along the interstate today, prompting a police chase.
Breaking overnight, police are investigating an officer-involved shooting.
Breaking news, a major crash on I-95.
Routine controlled burn got out of control. First Coast News was the only station there.
Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
That is the Protector, and this is going to be able to show you the weather around the First Coast like you've never seen it before.
Being able to get sights on a storm to do something about it.
Sponsored by HananiahAutos.com.
The First Coast News Plus TV app. Streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day. All the local news you need. First Coast News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Well, I would love to say thank you to Anthony.
Thank you times a million.
Thank you for listening to me and taking me seriously.
In the military, the biggest form of respect is a salute. So we salute you and we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Anthony, from the bottom of my heart, you are a great person.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
Anthony was so kind as to go to the city manager, find out what the problem was.
It's great that there's someone that's really true to their word and can really help with what they say they can. I have been through hell, and Anthony just was the first person to reach his hand out and help me.
If I had to do it all over again, Anthony would be my first call.
If you live in a small town of Waycross, Georgia, home of the Okefenokee Small, you just ask Anthony and he's gonna come and he's gonna deal with it.
That's right.
Just having Anthony also on your side, that's a big deal.
I'm Crystal Moyer. Good morning, Jacksonville traffic anchor and race day regular, running up and down the First Coast 15K at a time. My mission is to help you get to where you're going safely. Live with the DOT cameras, 2 right lanes are blocked. Whether it's helping you beat the backup on 95 or navigating the slowdown on JTB, we've got you covered. Because when your morning is on the move, so are we. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News. Weekdays live from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Trust is the fabric of what we do.
You know you're going to get authentic, trustworthy stories when you turn on the news every night.
Every story, every newscast. This is the team working every day to earn your trust. First Coast News on your side.